What's up, guys? KKRC here. It's been a long time. Uh, as you know, if you've been following my channel, which I don't really have many followers on this channel, but it's been a long time since I've posted a video, and that's due to just these two little guys over here getting older. We got back into the desert stuff, and as you can see, I have the Razor behind me, and they got their dirt bikes and all that stuff. So it's full on desert time, toy hauler and stuff like that. So when you get into that type of stuff, when you start dumping, I'm not going to disclose how much, but it's kind of tough to do all of the above. But this always circles back around. RC cars and all that stuff always will have a place in my heart, and I want these kids to understand that too. It really gives them the dynamics of how mechanical stuff works, and even electronics and stuff like that. So with that being said, I think one of my last videos was on something like, I think this guy right here. This was my Savage conversion. It was a Savage 21. I bought the TBPs, all that stuff. Everything's custom on this truck, and I just pieced everything together. Kept the stock tires though. But there's a lot of metal in this truck, which makes it super heavy. And the amount of money that went into this, again, I'm not going to disclose numbers, but a lot goes into RC stuff. And if you guys know this Mamba X setup right here, I think it's like I want to say 2250 kV or something like that. It's a pretty big can. It's a pretty big motor. It's all censored too, which is really nice, so no cogging. But that whole setup is a pretty good chunk of money. And then all this metal stuff and custom things I did was a lot of money. And then you can buy one of these ready to run big trucks nowadays for less than what I put into this thing. So this is super heavy and breaking everything. I waited forever for the hardened gears for these diffs, just because the company that bought out HPIs in the UK. Anyway, I'm over this thing, and it's just every time I take it out, I don't even have to do much, and it breaks. So let's put this aside. So I came back around, and I wanted to do something big again. I didn't want to get a small RC car. I got my Baja Ray. We got the Slashes. I got my little rock crawler SCX-102. All those little things are fun, but I wanted something big. I wanted big and fast and just crazy if I'm going to dump some money into this hobby again. So I've been just between the two big brands that are out there, there's Traxxas and Arrma seem to be kind of leading the game in all these big trucks, the 5th scale, 6th scale, stuff like that. I've always, it just depends on really what you want to do. If you're gonna be a fanboy of something, obviously I was a fanboy of HPI. I have their Blitz, all that stuff. I really liked HPI. They make really good products for the price, and you can bash the crap out of them, and they held up. I remember when I bought my Savage 21, back when the Traxxas T-Max was the big thing. Those nitrous cars were fun and stuff, and they took a beating. Then we started getting to the electric stuff, and then everything started kind of going a weird direction and being really cheaply made and everything, and things were falling apart. And like I said, fanboys, yada yada. So I was torn between a couple brands there, Traxxas and Arrma, and then there was 3 trucks that I really was looking at. I was looking at the X-Max, I was looking at the Kraton, and I was looking at the Outlaw. Now, I wanted something ready to run. The Outlaw EXB or whatever it was, I forget what it's called, Extreme Basher, is a roller, and you have to buy all of your electronics and stuff. So you spend like almost $700 for the truck. Yes, you get a really good rolling chassis. It's super tough, but then you can spend another $700 to $1,000 in electronics, good controller, all that stuff, whatever. Because if you're going to build it, you're not going to use cheap stuff. So I was torn. Do I want something that's a trick truck, a flippy truck? Do I want something that jumps good? I don't know. And do I want something that I can modify somewhat easily, and not have to worry about warranty? So one of those said brands has proprietary stuff with them, and if you start snipping connectors and stuff, which most people do, I don't like running the batteries that are for that brand and all that stuff, whatever, smart chargers, all that stuff. If you don't know how to charge a LiPo, then you probably shouldn't be doing this hobby. But with that being said, there was you know, I like the way that my Savage conversion there, I like the way it jumped. I don't really plan on doing, you know, 3 or 4 backflips in a skate park with something that's going to cost this much money, when I have other very expensive hobbies that I need to tend to before that. So let's go ahead and just get into what I got. So I went ahead and got the Kraton. And the reason why I went with this one was because it's longer than the Outlaw or Outcast, forget which one it is. Outcast. Essentially the same truck, just a little bit longer. So same width and everything. There's pros and cons. You know, the X-Max is like a true super basher. It's been around for a long time. Parts are cheaper, but with my local hobby shops, even online, I've noticed that the parts really are not available. They're harder to get. Now, everything for this particular setup, a 1/5 scale Arrma, whether it be this one or the other Outcast, parts are available, but they're just a lot more expensive, and it's kind of that supply and demand thing. And the way I take it is, either not a lot of people have these vehicles, or they just don't break as often. That's the reason why there's available parts, but they're just more expensive because they don't mass produce them like they have to with the X-Max and warranty them out like crazy. And another thing with this truck is the proprietary stuff. From what I heard straight from Horizon is, I can snip connectors, I can do all that stuff, and I can get some of their approved products, upgrades and stuff to put on this truck, third-party stuff, without voiding my warranty. And this is for, I believe, more of the true custom hobbyist, rather than someone that's a plug and play and then has to buy that company stuff and blah blah blah, all that crap. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and unbox. I've never seen. I don't know what this thing looks like. I still have the sticky stuff to hold the box, top of the box on. So let's go.
All right, let's.
So let me get the top part first. I know you can't see that. And then where's Cole?
He went inside. I don't know why.
Okay. Well, Cole does not want to see the unboxing, I guess. Mm-hmm. You might want to go grab him. He might want to see it.
No, he ran inside. I think he wants to do something else.
So it's got 4 corners, 4 edges here with sticky stuff on them.
So they can actually see when we unbox it.
All right, let's go ahead and lift this. Oh
God.
Even the box is heavy. I don't know what to do here.
Woo! This thing looks nice.
All right, there's George in his Jeep creeping.
All right,
let's get all this stuff off. Let's go put that over there.
Okay.
So here's some. Let's see what's in here first before we start diving into the truck. Don't jump it yet. Don't get too excited.
Okay, I like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's your Spectrum controller. So here's your transmitter. It's okay. I will probably upgrade this. This is a DX3. I have a DX9 or something like that. For my Baja Ray. I might pair
DX4.
my Baja Ray. I don't know. I might just buy a different transmitter, but I'll run this guy for a little bit and see how it does. Okay, so that's all that came in that little box.
Okay, let's check
and then let's get these let's get this separator apparatus out of the way. And just here for comparison, I mean, we'll pull out this truck, and then go ahead and move that box. Get that bag out. It's got a little few tools in there. Okay, move this big old box.
Okay. I want to keep it.
I have an Arctic cooler here. This is a 45 quart cooler, and it's not a huge cooler, but it's a pretty decent sized cooler, and this is what we use out in the desert. And look at the comparison behind you with this Razor, and then look at this truck. I mean, this is a very, very massive. I want to get on my GoPro screen here and touch. I want to see what this looks like on the screen. I'm gonna come off screen for a second, so you could see how extremely massive this truck is. I mean, I'm like 6 foot-ish, maybe a little bit more, and look at this wingspan. I mean, this thing is humongous. Can you put that down, please?
Yeah.
So, I want to get this thing up and running as soon as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to order my HRV batteries. I don't care what anybody says, what type of batteries. Oh, yeah, you know, you're going cheap and buy an expensive car, buy cheap batteries. Well, to tell you the truth, I have bought the Spectrum batteries. I bought all the batteries, and to be honest with you, they all last about the same. They're all made with very cheap products, all overseas, with a different sticker on it. So, to each their own. Whatever you want to do, if it makes you feel better at night buying the really expensive batteries, then go for it. If you want the smart ones, so you plug and play, you don't have to worry about balancing them out and all that stuff, whatever. Or don't know how to work a charger like that, where if one cells whatever and you can trick it to pop back up and even out, that's up to you. But I've been doing this for long enough, and then it's been a while, but I can get right back into it. I can remember it. So I have not, it doesn't even fit on my cooler right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop these big old pins off here. And we'll get this body here. Hold on. We'll get this body off.
That's hard.
And we'll show you. I want to show you what this looks like in the inside. And I'm sure there's plenty of videos of this thing. It's been out for quite a while, but I haven't seen it before, so I'm gonna do this. Oops. Dang it.
Dang.
Because everything's so big, I'm used to smaller stuff, you know. So huge electronics. Big old EC5, IC5 connectors. So these are not EC5, these are IC5 connectors. I think it's the same as an EC5, but it's IC5 because it's intelligent. I'm not sure. Cole, you're rocking the thing. Yeah, just really cool, man. I mean, everything's so robust in here. Looks like a little, little attentions to details. This is super heavy duty wire here going to this from the ESC to the motor. I wish it was just kind of routed a little more pretty than that. But huge braces here on the front to keep this whole chassis from folding on say a rear or front end impact. Massive shocks. So I don't know if I have anything to compare these shocks to. I don't have like a beer can or something like that, but these things are massive. These are huge shocks. And then just look at this. Look at my hand. I mean, I have pretty big hands, but this is the motor in heat sink with the fan. So that's a pretty big. So like here's a 1/10 scale
slash
tire. And I bought these on Amazon. I forget, Cool RC, or I don't forget what they are. I mean, look at this. It's like the size of the motor. Go ahead and put that back, please. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and find some batteries that fit in here. I haven't test fit any of my HRBs, but I'm gonna take some quick measurements. Now, of course, I want to get this up and running ASAP, but it'll probably be a couple days before I get my batteries in the mail. 2 4S's. You pay for a little bit more for a higher C, which is kind of like your discharge, your punch. So I'm gonna start with the 50C and go from there and see how this thing reacts. But I'm just super impressed with the build of this thing. They have some metal bracing right here. Of course, the whole underneath of this chassis is metal. I'm assuming aluminum of some sort. Pretty strong, I'm assuming. It's pretty thick. It's about as thick as my TVPs, maybe actually just about as thick as my TVPs. I want to say 5 millimeters, something like that, of my Savage conversion, which is the whole underplate here. So that's going to be pretty nice. I heard about people talking about right out of the box these Arrmas, whether you get the Kraton or you get the Outcast, and there's play right here at the hubs. And what I'm seeing is a little bit of play on, I think there's a little bit of play on the ball joints here. And I think that's what people are talking about, which I don't see a problem with that. There is a little bit of play with this upper control arm. I don't know if you can see that in the video. I know the lighting sucks, but there is a little play on the hinge pin up here. I don't know if that's on purpose, but it seems pretty solid on the lower control arm. So nice. It's actually very basic. It's just a basic truck, but these shocks are just amazing. And let's get some. Let's turn some tires here. gear train sounds really nice. It sounds big, sounds metal, which should be. My Savage, the gear train sounds really funky in that thing because I have a stock transmission that was kind of converted with different gears and stuff, so it's not really meant for that, but it is. I mean, a gear train should be a gear train. Doesn't matter if it's electric or nitro, but you know, that was the earlier stages of these cars, these big trucks, and now we got these. So I'm not sure if I need to upgrade anything on this. I'll go ahead and scour the interwebs and see if there's something that definitely does need an upgrade, and I'll move on from there. But yeah, I mean, super stoked that I got this thing. I can't wait to start bashing it and see what it's really made of. And then I'll come back, probably make another video and just give my honest opinion about this compared to my conversion, and we'll put them kind of side by side here. Can you look that up? So we'll just put my Savage conversion kind of on top of this thing so you see the size difference.
My God.
And essentially this was supposed to be in between an 1/8 and a 7th scale, 6th scale ish because of the length. Because you can see how long the Savage is, but look at how massive the Kraton is in every aspect, longer, wider, everything. So I'm not new to driving a bigger RC car around and jumping it. So this should be very similar, but we'll see what happens. So I'll go ahead and get some good batteries for this. If it doesn't work out, I can't find some good HRBs, then maybe I'll just go get some Spectrums or something like that, or something. I don't know. I'll go look around for something that's a decent quality, good reviews and stuff like that. But to tell you the truth, I've really never had a problem with my HRBs. They last as long as you balance them. I've had an HRB 3S. For my Baja Ray when the Baja Rays first came out, and I'm still using that same battery. So, you know, it is what it is. It's kind of a gamble with those things, but just like anything else. So I'll go ahead and get this thing. Hopefully next video will be this thing running. I might even strap my one of my GoPros to the top of the body and do some quick rolling stuff. Nothing really insane. I don't want to ruin my GoPro, and I really don't want to roll this thing yet. But
So beautiful.
I can't guarantee anything. So thanks for tuning in again, guys. I know it's been a long time. I don't really plan on making a whole ton of videos on this channel again, but if I really start get back into this, then you never know. All right, so thanks again for watching, guys, and hopefully the next one will be this thing up and running. All right, see ya.
Peace.